Oh, welcome to another episode of OmenG's Stupid, Scary Stories. As usual, at least most of the time, I don't have a subject. Though it's been bothering me a little bit the past couple of days. Dust. So much dust, just dust. If I'm not mistaken, today's episode is number 37. So let's begin. I was out on a farm. It was one of those, orchards where you can pick your own stuff. Fruits, obviously, because it's an orchard. I said farm at first, I know, but I meant orchard. Anyway, got to the orchard. I was happy about it, Kids and wife were at home. Went by myself. Nobody really felt like dealing with bald-faced hornets. And I had forgotten my days of fighting with bald-faced hornets. Back in the day, I used to work on an orchard, right? Remember, found this place. Just so happened to be looking for a job at the time, and an ad was on paper or internet, probably internet. Said pickers needed. Apply. No experience necessary. I was like, oh shit, I have experience, so this should be a shoo-in, right? So I decided I'd, reply to the ad. Got a call, did a little interview, and bam. I remember the first 3 weeks of this was just absolute terrible conditions. It was muddy, it was raining, and all we were really doing was picking weeds, doing a whole bunch of weeding. It was bad. I don't know if anybody is familiar with the smell of deer piss, but that shit stinks bad. I'm kneeling in what I think is mud because it's water. Rained on it, and it was muddy. But no, it was deer piss mud. And that shit got in my clothes, all over my boots. It was just gross. But that's not the point. The point is, for 3 weeks, I was just doing nothing but weeding. I think out of the first 10 people they hired, maybe only 6 of us made it. If that. It was probably less. Anyway. So, now it's time to start picking. Now, the way this orchard was set up, it was on a hill. So, top of the hill had some of the certain apples and peaches and shit like that. Peaches, pears, plums, and nectarines were at the top. And as you went down, there were all these different sections of different types of apples. I think this orchard had about 20 different varieties of apple. Macintosh, Empire, Red Delicious, Mutsu's, Fuji's, some kind of Asian pear, which is an apple, sort of, but not. Then we had Cortland's, just tons and tons and tons of apples. Tons of them. And I'd be out there busting my ass, picking 30 bushels or more, probably more a day. I was a beast. I'd be up in the treetops, throw my little basket, climb down my ladder. You know what I'm saying? I was banging it out, right? I remember this one day, it was forecasted to be really bad weather and shit. But I live pretty far away from the orchard, so I hopped on the bus early in the morning, got out there, did my 1.5 mile walk to the orchard from the bus stop. I get there and the guy's like, well, we weren't planning on picking today because it's supposed to rain. But since you're here, I guess you could do some weeding. I'm like, shit, fucking weeding. I don't want to do that. Now, at the time, folks, I was unaware of the fact that yellow jackets nested underground. See, I was foolish. I thought that they nested in trees or made hives and shit, you know, like you see wasp nests usually do. Had no idea they were like ants. None whatsoever. So here I am doing the weeds and shit, pulling up weeds. And I stumbled across a couple of yellow jackets on the ground near a hole. And I thought this was peculiar, you know, so I go over there and I'm like, oh, look at these fucking stupid ass yellow jackets. Smacked them with a rock. Crushed them, right? Not paying any attention to it. I move on. Pulling up weeds. Now, apparently, I pulled up some weeds that were in or connected to or very close to their fucking nest. Because when I turned around to head back to the farmhouse, there was a huge ass swarm of yellow jackets, and they were furious. They formed into a giant man-like thing, right? Came together like Voltron. It's like, how dare you, with a buzz, you know, but they spoke, you know what I'm saying? It's like, how dare you disturb our home? I was like, wait, hold up, man. I haven't messed with any fucking hives and shit. What are you talking about? I didn't do anything. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I said, no, I did not. I have come near no hives. In fact, I've been on the ground all day. Okay, buddies? Or buddy? Or however you would like me to refer to you right now. Calm your ass down. Chillax. They weren't hearing any of that shit. One of them flew. You know, he pointed at me. And then, like, a few of them flew from the fingertip. Stung me. Sting. Ah! You know, I started running. Right? This big, giant thing, which is a massive yellow jacket, starts chasing me down the road. Hauling ass. This thing's coming, right? So then I'm thinking to myself, I'm about to get stung the fuck up. I have no means to defend myself. No water hose, flamethrower maybe, no raid, nothing. You know what I'm saying? I can only smack so many of these sons of bitches. So at that point, I turn around, right? And I see them just turn into a huge cloud. You know, they leave their man shape, turn to a big swarm of yellow jackets. They come at me. At this point, I'm praying, you know, because I know what's about to happen. I'm about to get stung up. And I was used to being stung because it's just part of the job when you work at an orchard. You're going to get stung. I don't know anybody who's ever worked on a farm or orchard hasn't been bitten or stung by something repeatedly or multiple times at least. Bees, mosquitoes, flies, beetles, yellow jackets, bald-faced hornets. That's right. Bald-faced hornets. Now, as I'm running from this cloud of yellow jackets that's coming at me, I'm not paying too much attention to what's in front of me. I'm looking behind me like, oh God, oh please, no. And I turn around and bam, face first, right into a fucking bald-faced hornet's nest. The shit shakes. I fall to the ground because, you know, it's on a low branch, so I kind of knock myself somewhat out, but not really. You know, I'm still conscious, semi-conscious. You know, I forget what I'm running from for a hot second, and then I remember, oh shit, yellow jackets. So I roll over and I look towards the direction of which they were coming, and they've stopped. They're just kind of swirling around in a stationary area, right? I'm like, yeah, that's right, you fucking pieces of shit. You don't want no more. You don't want none, right? Yeah. I had no idea what was behind me. No idea. You know, I didn't realize that I face planted this bald-faced hornet's nest. And if there is one thing bald-faced hornets do not like, it's anything else but bald-faced hornets. They're fucking vicious. I mean, vicious. They are. And they're not your average hornet. Not your average hornet. They shoot acid or venom. One or the other. But they do shoot this. And I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. They shoot this shit at you. Aim for your eyes, really. That's what they go for. Especially if you attack the nest. Now, as I turn to see why these yellow jackets have stopped, I hear this buzzing sound coming from behind me, flying around my head, right? I have no idea what to expect. I turn around and immediately am greeted with a spray of venom or acid right in my eyes. Can't see. I'm swinging my hands in the air. At this time, I still haven't seen these bald-faced hornets, right? I can hear them. But remember, I was being chased by yellow jackets, so I was not aware that these bald-faced hornets is what I was hearing. I just thought they were large yellow jackets. And I don't know of anybody who's seen bald-faced hornets before, but they're bigger than yellow jackets. At least twice the size. At least twice the size. They're mean looking. Black. These like white stripes that kind of make them look like Zulu warriors and shit. Mad they were. Mad. I hear a little voice. Hey, you stupid son of a bitch. I'm like, what the fuck? Who the hell said that? How dare you run into our fucking nest? The hell? We were minding our own fucking business eating flies and shit, and here the fuck you come with your stupidity, and you ran your face, squirted me in the face with acid again. I couldn't see, so I'm still not seeing, but I hear them. They're talking. There's many of them now. Many of them. And they're all, they're mad. Apparently, I damaged the wall of their TV room where they were all sitting down watching whatever Hornets watch on television. Probably like Hornets killing other shit, right? And they were not happy about this. I turn and finally, start covering my face. I can feel the little droplets of whatever they're spraying at me hitting my hand and shit now, but now I can see. A little blurry, but I can see. And I see this fucking wasp hornet nest bigger than my head, at about head level. And there's a big crack in it now. And I see these things pouring out of it. Now, at the time, I had no idea what bald-faced hornets were. I had never seen them before, never heard of them before, you know what I'm saying? Never. To me, the worst damn wasp was a yellow jacket. Boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. One of them flew right towards my face, stopped. It's like, this is what's gonna happen right now, alright, you little fucking asshole? You fucked up our TV room. We're not happy about that. We were watching something, and you ruined it. I said, wait a minute, listen, I was running from those assholes back there. They were chasing me. Yeah, we heard. They told us what you did to their fucking place. You're just out here fucking shit up for no fucking reason. I said, wait. Listen, let's come to an agreement here. Let's come to an agreement, please. I don't want to get stung. I know you guys don't lose your stingers and shit. And plus, I've never seen anything quite as terrifying as you before. You guys are mean. You're shooting stuff in my eyes. And at that point, he shot some more of that shit right in my eye. Stung badly. He stung me right in the middle of my forehead. Bing. I tried to smack him. I couldn't see. So, I fell to the ground. Started rolling around, right? Crawling. Not knowing in which direction I'm crawling. I could hear the damn yellow jacket saying, yes, keep coming, motherfucker. So I knew I was going the wrong way. I knew I was going right back towards them, right? They were afraid of these bald-faced hornets. They were afraid of them. I mean, they were scared. They were not coming anywhere near them. I'm not joking with you, right? Now, for any of you who have ever seen a bald-faced hornet in action, they will snatch shit up in flight. I've seen it happen. I've seen them snatch up fucking yellow jackets, honeybees, flies, You name it, I've seen them snatch them shits right out the sky. Like, gone. Probably chewing them up as they're flying. So, I already know things can get bad, especially since I fuck with their nest. Now, like I said, I'm crawling around the ground, help me, please. I have my cell phone, right? But I can't see. Fucking eyes are still blurry and stinging and shit. So I roll over and I say to bald-faced Hornets, listen. I swear to God, on my children, this is an accident. I wasn't meaning to fuck with you guys. They forgave me, reluctantly, after they stung me a few fucking times. And they told me, never again do we ever want to hear of you stepping foot in a place that we are. And they let me go. Now fast forward. I'm at the orchard. Remember I told you I went to go pick my own shit. Just so happens. Wasn't the same orchard that I had worked in. Obviously I don't live in the same place. So I wasn't even thinking about this encounter. I should have been, but I wasn't, right? I remember I was at war with these sons of bitches when I was in Connecticut after they stung me up because they were, helping out the mosquitoes and shit. I forgot that these things can communicate like on a level that we can't. So, me thinking that every hive and wasp and, nest is separate from the others and that they don't think collectively, just what I thought. I'm hundreds of miles away, like 5,000 miles away from where this even took place. There's no chance of anything possibly happening. And I said, what's the likelihood of me running into a bald-faced hornet nest anyway, right? This is a pick your own orchard. They should make sure that these types of, insects aren't around where people can get hurt. But then I forgot. Bald-faced hornets do serve a very good purpose, and that is they keep other pests from fucking up farms. So it's not uncommon to see bald-faced hornets nests around. I mean, they're bad to sting people, but usually if you don't bother them, they won't bother you. But I had bothered them. I had bothered them in the past, and they weren't happy about this shit. They saw my face. Apparently, they had, like if you go into a certain hair care store sometimes, and they'll have pictures of people who have stolen shit, or any store for that matter that does this, picture of a person, oh, they stole this, get them when you see them, type shit, right? Well, they had a picture of me in their hornets nests around the world that said, if you see this guy, fuck him up. No questions asked, just fuck him up. On site. Now, here I am, walking through the orchard, picking apples and peaches and shit. I'm thinking about making a new hot sauce. So I'm like, let me get some fresh picked stuff. Found this tree. It was calling me. It was like, hey, I have fruits that you've never tried before and a hot sauce. Come, pick for me your fruits. Pick from it I did. Unbeknownst to me, behind the branch that I was picking from was a bald-faced hornet nest. Not the biggest one I've ever seen in my life, but big enough. I noticed a telltale, papery look as I picked the next apple. My hand was mere inches from it. I was like, oh no. Bald-faced hornet nest. Once again, remember, I'm not thinking that they have a network of communication, so I'm just like, I know not to touch this shit or get too close to it, so I back off. I leave the tree alone. I've gotten all the food I need. So, here I am with my little bag full of fruits that I've picked, and I'm heading back to the farmhouse so I can pay for the shit, have it weighed and get out. Well, that's when I heard a voice behind me. Didn't we tell you that if we ever saw you around us again, it was gonna be fucking curtains for your ass? I look behind me, I don't see anything. Like, said that shit. Then something shot me in the eyes. Right in the eyes. I knew at that time what was going on. But I was prepared. See, I have this little device that I keep with me from time to time in my travels, especially when it comes to insects. I shrink myself, right? Had my suit of armor in my bag, miniaturized. You know what I'm saying? Shrunk myself down to size. But not their size. Just a little bit bigger than them, but small enough so that the guns and shit I bought would be useful. Now you're probably saying to yourself, why in God's name would you shrink yourself and try to fight a bunch of fucking Hornets? That makes no sense. Of course it doesn't make any sense. But how entertaining would it be for me to tell you a story about me attacking Hornets as a normal sized human being? That wouldn't be very interesting at all. In fact, that'd probably be pretty boring, right? Exactly. So I shrunk myself, right? I had my little miniature flamethrower and some machine guns and shit, a couple of grenades, you know, the type of stuff that you need for battling Hornets when you're maybe twice their size. You know what I'm saying? About twice their size. Now, obviously, not too much thought went into where I was shrinking myself. It just so happened I was next to an anthill. They saw me, and immediately they came after me. I heard one of them say, "Get him!" Here they all come. I let loose with the flamethrower first. Burnt the first few of them. I said, "Hey, listen, I have no quarrel with you. I'm here for the bald-faced Hornets. And as far as I know, you and them don't get along." They're like, "No, we don't get along." I said, "Well, how about this? Let's have a peace treaty. Maybe a small alliance." And I don't mean small because we're all small. I mean just for a small duration of time. We don't have to be allies forever, just until I grow big again, and then I'll probably smash you anyway. Or maybe I won't. No, I won't smash you. I won't smash you. I'll leave you be. I was lying. I was going to smash them as soon as I got a chance. But they didn't know that, right? They had no idea. So they decided, yes, we'll help you. We'll help you eradicate this hornet's nest in the tree. We've been wanting some apples anyway, and they keep fucking us up. I said, okay, cool. I have a jetpack, so I can take to the air and fight some of them there. Meanwhile, you guys provide me a good diversion by attacking the nest. They'll be focusing on you guys. Some of you will probably die. A lot of you will, I'm sure. But listen, in the end of this, we'll be victorious, and we'll have rid ourselves of them. They agreed. Reluctantly, but they did. The queen was like, hey, listen, as long as this doesn't blow back on us, we're fine with it. Let's go. So they went. Started attacking the hornet's nest. It was like glorious. Especially being small enough to see it that small. It was cool to watch. Like, here comes the fucking ants. They've got like swords and shit, little shields. Well, they didn't really, but that's how I'm going to tell it. They had swords and shields. It was like episode of Game of Thrones, fucking heads of damn hornets flopped off here, wings there, legs over here, fucking ants being murdered by the thousands or hundreds, more or less. I don't know how many ants it was, but it was a lot of them. Just legs and heads and pieces of antenna everywhere, just littered. The ants were like, let's keep going, we're almost there. They hadn't even got up the tree yet, but they were taking some heavy losses. I was kind of sitting back, waiting to see which way this whole thing was going to turn. I figured this, right? If the ants can't hit this nest and make a distraction, at least they're distracting them enough for me to get the fuck out, right? It was at that time I donned my jetpack power and flew up. About to the branch where I was picking the apple from that was near their tree, and I crept up. Had a couple of grenades. I saw my chance. The ants had finally reached about, let's say, 6 or 7 inches from the opening, which made all of the hornets that were in the nest come to the front of the nest to protect it. They're shooting acid at the fucking ants. The ants are like, "Ah!" The battle was epic. It was epic. The clanging of chitinous shields, chitinous swords clacking together. The screams of battle. So I took this as my opportunity, right? Rolled a grenade down the branch. First one explodes, sending shrapnel flying into the ants and the hornets. Killed about 4 hornets in that first grenade attack. They weren't expecting it. They had no idea what had came from. You know, I had on like this camouflage, sort of like predator suit, right? You know what I'm saying? So I could like blend in with the shit around me. So they couldn't see me. They couldn't see me, right? So, you know, they're still fighting the ants. They're worried about what the fuck this was. I threw another grenade. Poof. Fucking hornets. 6 more of them. Dead. Right. The battle is raging. The battle is raging. It's raging on. The ants sound their war cry. They charge towards the opening. I see some of them getting in, but also as I see them going in, I see pieces of them falling out, and I don't see any pieces of hornets falling out. So I'm like, there must be a lot of them in there. So I take out my machine gun and I start shooting the shit out of the side of this hornet's nest. I'm emptying magazine after magazine after magazine after magazine into this damn thing. It's like, let them have it. I can hear them screaming on the inside. Oh, oh, oh. Them and the ants, you know, I wasn't really discriminating on what I was shooting. I was just shooting. The tide turned. The ants began to lose ground, significant ground. They were being pushed back. They were no match for the ball-faced hornets' venom or acid, whatever it is that they shoot out of themselves. The ants sounded the retreat. Retreat! Down the tree they went, leaving me by myself. Still camouflaged, but by myself. Got my flamethrower ready. I knew that when the ants retreated, the bald-faced hornets would follow. And they did. And as soon as I saw the first few of them come out of that hole, I let them have it. They're screaming. Their little wings burnt right off. Fell to the ground. The ants were like charged up again. Yeah! They start going back up the tree. It's at this time I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I really don't have to, stay here. Do anything. Right? It's like, fuck the bald-faced hornets and fuck these ants. Let them fight this shit out between themselves. I'll just return myself to normal size and leave. So, I grabbed my little thing that makes me big and small. We'll call it a big and smaller thing. Yeah. And I'm like, yes. Getting ready to zap myself. Right? And what the fuck do you think happens? Goddamn praying mantis comes out of nowhere, goes to grab me, knocks my damn thing right out of my hand onto the ground. I'm like, no, shit. Now he's standing there looking at me. Right? He can see me. I can see him. He starts to do his little praying mantis dance. Now I already know. If this thing gets a hold of me, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. This armor that I'm wearing is nothing compared to those fucking claws that this thing has. I've seen what they do to animals and bugs. Shit. They've eaten mice, for Christ's sakes. Mice! A fucking bug has eaten mice! Fucking praying mantis, and it wasn't a small one. I'm assuming it was a female. It didn't talk. Very quiet. Very quiet, they are. Just sat there looking at me. It was like it was waiting for me to try to escape. I was frozen. He made a move. Or she made a move. Came towards me. Lunged. I knew I only had a fraction of a second to move out of the way. And I did, just in time. Dodged sideways. Let loose with my flamethrower. Hit it. Real quick. Jumped out of the tree. Hit my jetpack. Floated down. Grabbed my bigger, smaller thing maker. Shot myself real fast. Got back to normal human size. Ants were still fighting with the fucking black-faced hornets. The goddamn praying mantis was not too happy. Not too happy at all. It was actually quite pissed off. You know, I sat there for a second. Turned around, grabbed my bag, and I hauled the fuck ass out of there. You know, I know you were expecting something crazier, but that's exactly what happened. I left. I was like, this is enough for me. I don't need to deal with this shit anymore. So, you know, paid for my apples and fruits and things. Got in the car. Started it. And started heading home. I looked in the back seat of my car and I noticed something. And it scared me to death. Scared me to death. Looked into my rearview mirror. And what do I see behind me is a fucking big ass bald face hornet. Big bald face hornet. I must have accidentally hit him with the beam when I shot myself. And he followed me to my car. Now, he had a gun. One of my guns, obviously. He's pointed at me. He said, "Turn this shit the fuck around, asshole." I was like, look. Let's not be rash here. Let's not be rash. So let's not be rash? Let's not be rash, you say, right? And all the whole time, I'm trying to reach for my 9mm. It's on my waist. Without him noticing. I forget they got these big giant compound eyes. They could probably see shit that we couldn't even imagine that they could see because we can't see that way. You know what I'm saying? But I was hoping he didn't see. Kept reaching. And I'm thinking to myself, he probably has no idea how to use the gun anyway. He's a fucking insect. How would he even know or learn anything in that amount of time? But then I forgot something. You know, as the beam worked, made him bigger, made his brain bigger. So he thought more than he normally would have thought. And they were smart enough as it is. So, you know, I kind of fucked myself badly in this instance. He shot off a warning shot through the roof. Said, "Stop reaching. Stop fucking reaching and turn this fucking car around now. Now!" So, you know, I turned the car around. He said, "Now drive down this hill." I said, "I can't just drive down the hill. There's fucking people and shit there. I'll run over kids and stuff. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the fucking kids. Drive down the fucking hill or I'm putting a bullet in the back of your fucking head." So I drove down the hill. Ran over a couple of people. Old couple. Some kids. It was like a whole school trip. It was like 12 of them. It's like running over bumpy ground. People yelling and screaming, "Oh, he's a maniac!" Oh! I'm like, do you not see this giant fucking hornet in the backseat of my car with a gun? I don't want to do this. So he made me drive to the tree. And I'm thinking to myself, I have one shot. I'm not getting shot or stung to death. And I'm thinking to myself, why doesn't he just kill me anyway? Like, what is he doing? Apparently they can read thoughts or Maybe I said it out loud. I don't know. I was probably panicking and said it out loud, but he's like, haha, I'm bringing you to the queen. I was like, I don't want to meet your queen. I have no desire to meet your queen at all. I can only imagine what fucked up shit she has planned for me. As I get to the tree, I can see all the bodies of the ants laid out on the ground. Their little anthill bodies strewn about. It was at that time I knew they had lost. And I really knew they lost when I saw a couple of bald-faced hornets come out of their fucking anthill. I was like, shit, they probably killed the queen of the ants. Damn. Sorry, guys. He ordered me out of the car. Get out. Get out of the car now. He kept the gun on me. I still had my 9 on me. I'm thinking to myself, this isn't gonna end well. If I kill him, then I don't get shot. But I'm gonna get stung. And they're probably gonna shoot me in the fucking eyeballs with acid and shit. I've just ran over a whole bunch of fucking people. I'm probably going to jail. Unless I can explain what happened. It was a bad spot to be in. It was a very bad spot to be in. I had no idea what I was going to do. So I took a chance. And I shot him in the eye. Big ass eyeball exploded. He's wings are flapping around and shit. Shoot him 2 more times. Right in the stinger. He drops to the ground. He's rolling around and shit. Now, you're thinking, jump on him, beat his ass. I'm like, no. No. I just kept shooting him until he stopped wiggling around. All the whole time I'm getting stung and shit. It's hurting. I'm get my gun back from him. Right. Now at this time, I've had enough of these fucking bald-faced hornets. I've had enough of them. They've stung me up. They've shot me with acid. One got big and fucking held a gun to me and made me run over people and shit. I didn't know if they were dead or alive. You know, I'm assuming they were probably dead because I was running them over. Not like hitting them, like car bouncing up and down and shit over them. Like, you know. Anyway. Facing this nest now. The queen comes out. She orders her minions to stop attacking. They start flying defensively around my head, around me. They make this kind of wall. She spoke. You have caused us a lot of pain. A lot of pain. We were not bothering you when you started this whole shit years ago. And I said it was an unintentional thing. Yes, but you were warned. You were told never to come back to our lands. And then I heard about you attacking some of us with pesticides and shit because we sided with the mosquitoes. Well, not us personally, but, you know, our kind. I said, well, you know, I was just doing my job. You can't fault me for that. It was a war. What else was I supposed to do? Be hung for treason for not attacking you? No, I think not. We need to come to some kind of agreement, Queen. We need to come to some kind of agreement. No more blood should be shed. No more blood should be shed. I mean, you guys have lost hundreds of your own. And I'm still here, so, you know. What's the deal? What can we do? What peace can we strike between us so that this war finally comes to an end? She spoke to her head advisors and shit, and they buzzed around each other, doing shaky things and wings flapping. antennas doing antenna shit. It was at that point she came back and she said, listen, this is our agreement. You let each one of us sting you once. It's about 500 of us. And then this whole thing is over. In fact, you'll be able to go to any orchard or any place you want and we'll leave you alone. But you got to get stung 500 times. I thought about this. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever been stung by a bald-faced hornet, but that shit hurts. It hurts a lot. Once hurts a lot. Now, 500 fucking times? I was like, can we do sort of like a sting plan? Installments? Like, you get maybe 5 a day for the next, 10 days? 100 days? Yeah, 100 days. I promise. I'll accept it if we could do it that way. But 500 at once, that might send me into shock. She's like, no dice. It's 500 now or this war continues. And we'll hunt you down. We'll infest your house. We'll be in your attic. You'll open up the damn door and then we'll fly right into your house. You'll be taking a shower. We'll sting you right in the ass or in the balls. Your choice. So I need time to think about this. So, unfortunately, I took my lumps. I let them sting me their 500 fucking times. And that put an end to the war between me and the bald-faced hornets. Moral of the story, folks. Don't fuck with yellow jackets and then run into a bald-faced hornet's nest. They're mean. They hold grudges for years and long distances too. Like, you think you're safe somewhere and you're not. They're voracious, relentless. Well, at least the war is over. I'm safe for now. At least that's what I think. I did hear a couple of them saying something about their parents being killed and they will seek vengeance. Fuck what the queen says. So, there's a very strong possibility that I may have to deal with them again in the future. But at least for now, I'm safe. I got home, stung the fuck up with my bag of fruits and shit. I'm like, kids are looking at me. I'm all swollen and shit. All over the fucking place. Like, what happened to you, Dad? I'm like, you guys, just like you never do, wouldn't believe me if I told you. You wouldn't, because it's kind of unbelievable. But it did happen. But I don't want to talk about it right now. I just want to go nurse my 500 and something bee stings and be on my way to take a nap. I need some sleep. And that's what I did. I rubbed some chamomile. I think that's what it is. That pink shit, that you used when you got fucking chicken pox. I put a whole bunch of that on myself. I looked stupid. My kids laughed. Look at Daddy's pink. Shut up. Then I went to sleep. Had nightmares. Nightmares of bald-faced hornets seeking their revenge on me. Thank you all for joining me for another stupid scary story. Number 37. The bald-faced hornets. Jesus.